Peter was not the weakest disciple. He was the bold one, the one who spoke first, the one who stepped out of the boat, the one who said things others were afraid to say. He wasn't pretending to believe. He believed with everything in him. That's what makes this story so uncomfortable, because Peter did not fail as a hypocrite. He failed as someone who was fully convinced, until pressure came. When Jesus told the disciples that they would fall away, Peter answered without hesitation, "Even if all fall away, I will not." That wasn't arrogance in the way we often think. It was confidence. The kind of confidence you feel when your belief has never really been tested. He had seen too much to doubt. He had watched storms obey Jesus. He had seen people healed. He had seen power that didn't make sense. In his mind, the story was already decided. Jesus would win. But then everything changed in one night. Jesus was arrested, not slowly, not symbolically, violently, publicly, and suddenly, Peter was standing inside a reality he had never imagined. This was not how it was supposed to go. The one he believed was untouchable was now being taken away. And something shifted inside him, not his belief, his sense of safety. Because now the question was no longer, who is Jesus? The question became, what happens to me if I'm connected to him right now? The Bible says Peter followed, but at a distance. That detail is quiet, but it says everything. He didn't run away completely, but he didn't stay close either. That is what fear often does. It doesn't always make you leave your faith. It makes you step back just enough to feel safe. Then the pressure began. A servant girl looked at him and said, "You also were with Jesus." It wasn't a soldier, not a judge, not a threat with power, just a voice. But in that moment, Peter's mind wasn't calm. It was racing. If I say yes, what happens next? Do they take me too? Am I about to lose everything? This is real. I am not safe here. And so he said, I don't know him. That's how collapse often begins. Not with hatred, with survival. Then it happened again, and again, 3 times. Because once fear takes over, it doesn't just speak once. It builds. The first denial protects the moment. The second protects the lie. The third protects the identity you're trying to hold together. And suddenly, you are someone you never thought you could become. Then the rooster crowed, and everything stopped. Because in that moment, Peter remembered, not just the words, the truth. Jesus had seen this before it happened. And then one detail changes everything. The Lord turned and looked straight at Peter. No speech, no shouting, no public exposure, just a look. And in that look, Peter saw everything at once. He saw that Jesus knew, that Jesus understood, that he had failed, that his confidence had been broken, that fear had spoken louder than love. And he went outside and wept bitterly. That kind of crying is different. It's not emotional reaction. It's identity breaking open. It's the moment you realize, I am not who I thought I was. Peter didn't stop loving Jesus. He simply discovered something deeper. That fear, when it feels real enough, can become louder than conviction. And that is why this story still matters. Because people don't only deny truth with their words. Sometimes they deny it with silence, with distance, with compromise. Not because they don't believe, but because the pressure feels too real. But here is what makes Peter different. His failure was real, but it was not final. Because this story is not just about denial. It is about what happens when shame meets mercy. Peter's worst moment did not become his final identity. And maybe that is the hope inside this story. You can fail under pressure and still not be lost.